Hello, my Arsenal future rights. How you doing out there? It's so good to be back. You've got excuse me because I got a bit of a dry throat, and also I got my fan in the background. So if you hear something going, zzz, it's my fan, but it's pretty quiet. So how you doing, my people? Hope everyone's fine today. Today's been a hectic week in actual fact. I was meant to post about 3 or 4 different times this week. I never got the chance to post. I'm so sorry about that. But here I am now. Don't forget to like our videos, like this video because it helps with the algorithms of course YouTube. And then also please smash a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. You know the gist. We're here to talk about the review of the Arsenal match. Wow, that seemed like such a long time ago. All the way back in last week on Saturday. Saturday evening was it was an evening kickoff. And so we beat Leeds United, you should know by now, 5-0. I've got 5 on it. Yeah, 5-0. But I don't think it was a great performance by Arsenal. But we did what we had to do and some more. Because I think if you remember, I think if you can go back and watch the videos, I think I went for either a 3-1 or 3-0 win, and I said it could be 4-1, but I never envisaged 5-0. Even though Leeds are promoted, but the way we're playing at the moment, the Leeds are a bit of a battle side, and I don't know what the score is. I think they've just kicked off against Newcastle, and in the Premier League at Ellen Road. I'm not sure what the score is, but it was 0-0 when I last checked. It was coming up to half time. And so here we are to talk about quickly review the game of last week between Leeds United and Arsenal. Arsenal against Leeds United. And it was at the Emirates Stadium, as you all know. And, we took a little while to get going, but Yerin Timber scored. Timber, some say he's the best right back in the league. And I really think that's true because 1-on-1 is difficult to beat. And he's got so much pace, he's got so much strength. And let's not forget he suffered I think was it an ACL in his first game against Nottingham Forest, not last season, but the season before. And he was out for literally much of the season. Literally the whole season. And he comes back with a bomb because a lot of people, a lot of players, when they get that type of ACL injury to the knee, they're not the same player when they come back. There's been many, many players who have been injured in that position of the body and have come back and have been only half the player. But he's come back, and I know he's still young, 22, 23, 24, but he's come back with a great aplomb and he's come back buzzing and playing as if to say that he didn't suffer an injury in the first place. But he's been brilliant. He actually got 2 goals here in Timber. I've got the scorelines up here because the game was about a week ago, and I've to go and memorize that match. Who scored and when he scored. It's like I can't do it, but I know. I mean, I can't do the Gyökeres celebration at the moment because I'm holding I'm using one of my hands to hold the phone as I'm recording this. I'm not on my PC at the moment. So yes, Victor Gyökeres scores 2 goals. The first goal was a striker's goal. It was a ball over the top. He ran onto it. Leeds defence backed off, but he found the space. He cuts in this will be on the left hand side. Goes that way, goes diagonal. You probably can't see my hand. Goes that way. Then he just shoots, and I think it was a miss. He said that I think he said, did he say he mishit the shot, or the shot wasn't shot with such conviction? But anyway, it went in, and I think that was 3-0 because it was 2-0 at half time. We were 2-0 up at half time. Saka scored the second goal for Arsenal, and that was a cracking goal that Saka scored. Very reminiscent of the goal he scored against Liverpool. I think it was 2 seasons ago at the Emirates. But the goal he scored against Liverpool was up the other end. This was at the other end. And I think he scored towards the clock end. So this would have been towards the North Bank where he scored on last week. But it was a peach of a goal. And of course, Gyökeres' goal was also very, very good. His first goal for Arsenal, his first competitive goal, because he scored against Atletico Madrid in the Emirates Cup a few weeks ago. But that was a striker's goal. And then he scores a penalty, which was, I believe, our last goal. After the boy wonder, the boy of the moment, Max Dowman comes on and razzle dazzled and bamboozled the Leeds defence. Every time he got the ball, the crowd got up in anticipation. I wasn't there at the match, but I saw the highlights. And every time this boy got the ball, this 15-year-old prodigy got the ball, Max Dowman, all the supporters were off on their feet. All of them were up on their feet. It's like an anticipation that something is going to happen when this kid gets the ball. It's sensational. I think it's a lot. I can't remember the last time we had a player like that who every time they got near the ball, the crowd got up with anticipation. I think maybe it was Thierry Henry all those years ago. Maybe Alexis Sanchez since Thierry Henry was probably that guy. I think so because Sanchez, whenever he got the ball, we knew something magical was going to happen. But yeah, certainly since probably Sanchez. But if not Sanchez, then it's the first is Thierry. Some say the greatest players ever played for Arsenal. But Max Dowman is going to be something special. He won the penalty for our fifth goal, which, Gyökeres got up and he took and he buried it. Doesn't miss penalties much. I think he's taken about 30 penalties and then 29, one missed. So it goes to show that he's deadly when it comes to penalties. When it comes to, dead ball spot, from 12 yards out, he buries that. And yeah, he was absolutely brilliant along with Timber. I thought Zubimendi had a very good game. He didn't have as good a game as he had in the. I think he played really well in the game against Atletico Madrid in the Emirates Cup, but that was a non-competitive match. That was more of a friendly. But he played really. But I thought this game he played okay and didn't give the ball away very, very much. He's very good at ball retention. That's why we bought him because Thomas Partey was a very combative midfielder who was very good on the press, hunted the opposition players down, won the ball. He had a lot of strength to him because he was 6 foot plus. I think Zubimendi goes about his job a bit more quieter. He hasn't got the physical presence of. He's a big guy actually, 6 foot, but he hasn't got that big upper body strength like Thomas Partey. But what he does, he uses his brain. I think probably in terms of brains, he's got. I don't mean to say that Thomas Partey is not, is a simpleton or he was unintelligent, but Martin Zubimendi, he's got a very, very good high football IQ. He knows when to pass, when not to pass, when to move, when not to move, and he's good at winning the ball back from his opponents. Not with brute force like Thomas Partey did, but a bit more subtle. And he goes about his job very quietly. He reminds me more of Gilberto. For those of you old enough to remember Gilberto, who played for us from like 2002 to about 2008, 2009. The Brazilian World Cup, he was a bit like that because he was like him and Vieira were in the midfield for us. Vieira was like the bad cop, and then Gilberto was like the good cop. So, but Gilberto was very good at winning the ball back, hardly fouling his marker, and then just distributing the ball to the best of his ability. Martin Zubimendi reminds me of Gilberto because he wins the ball and then distributes it decently. I mean, he's a bit like a Rolls Royce. We've got our midfield now is totally excellent with Declan Rice, Martin Zubimendi. The other one is a little bit off is Martin Odegaard, and hopefully he can recapture his form very soon. But we're playing Liverpool, and that review, watch out for it, is coming up very, very soon. Probably tomorrow. I don't think we're going to do it tonight, but tomorrow. And as I said to you before, I don't think we're going to be doing the big match previews for now because we're short on staff because of the injuries and illnesses we've had. So bear with us, but we're going to put out as much content as we can and much content as we can, and then so you're not going to miss anything. We've also got a post to come with this defender from Leverkusen linked with us, Pierre. I can't pronounce his name properly, but I think it's Pierre Incapake. Yeah, I think something like that. I could have got it wrong. Incapake. Yeah. So he's on his way to Arsenal. So we're going to talk about him in a day or two's time, give you the lowdown, what are his strong points, what does he bring to Arsenal, and we're going to give you a bit more about the deal, the length of the deal. It's a very good coup by Arsenal because he was linked with Spurs. Liverpool were actually mulling around him because his teammate Frimpong was at Liverpool. He played with Frimpong at Leverkusen. So, but he's a very solid defender, very robust. So we're gonna give you the lowdown about him, talk about him, and give you the pluses. And if there's any minuses, we'll give you that as well. And then we're gonna speak about him. So look out for that in a couple of days' time. And obviously tomorrow we're gonna give you the match, not the big match this time, but we're gonna come back to the big match later on in the season. The match review, of course, is a big match between Liverpool and Arsenal up at Anfield, and both teams. I think Spurs are now top now because they beat Burnley. Uh, no, they beat Burnley last week. So like Chelsea are top, I should say, because Chelsea beat uh, earlier today. They beat Fulham 2-0 at the Bridge. Spurs lost 1-0 to Bournemouth at White Hart Lane, the new Spurs stadium. So Spurs are behind us. So Liverpool and Arsenal, whoever wins that game tomorrow goes back to the top of the table again. Hopefully it's Arsenal, but it's going to be difficult because we've not won up there for 12 years or so. But yes, Arsenal beats Leeds 5-0, and Max Dowman, and of course at half time, what happened at half time? What happened at half time? Actually, it was actually not half time, it was actually before the match. It was about 5 o'clock. A big announcement took place half an hour before the match itself. Eberechi Eze came onto the field to rapturous applause from the Arsenal fans, all 60,000 of them. And I think he shed a tear. He pointed to the sky when the song came on. And for those of you who've seen the ad with Ian Wright and then the interview with Ian Wright as well, with Eberechi Eze, it's just a joy to behold. And if I was you, if you're not seeing that, just go to YouTube, type in Ian Wright interviews Eberechi Eze, then you'll watch that. So I think it's 12 minutes long. I mean, every second of that interview was dynamite, absolutely dynamite. But yes, my people, as I said, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I'm very tired because I've been working all day today. It's not been easy. So I said I got to come back and do this quick review of the game. Now I should have done it in a week, but we're going to get back on track soon. And obviously tomorrow we're going to give you the preview of the Liverpool game, I should say. And then we're going to give you some more bits and pieces about this Nkepeke guy that we signed, and some other bits and pieces. It's actually the transfer deadline on Monday. I like to say live line, not deadline. The transfer live line on Monday. And oh yeah, they're going to give you the draw as well for the Champions League, which I didn't do because I was working that day. That was Thursday. So we're going to make up for lost time, my people. Don't worry. And we're going to give you our points of view of the draw and other things as well. We're going to also look at some of our early fixtures in the Premier League, and to see where points could be won or where points may be lost. So when there's nothing, when it's gone a bit flat because there's an international break coming up, then we can. If I got no time on my hands, not having to work and so on, I'll come on here and give you some, bits and pieces about that. But for the time being, we've got 6 points, played 2-1-2. We followed up the Man United win away, 1-0, with a 5-0 win against Leeds. Another clean sheet for Arsenal, another clean sheet for David Raya, another clean sheet for our back four, Saliba and Co. And so we hope that we can carry that one on again tomorrow against the mighty Merseysiders in Liverpool. So see you tomorrow, and I might even do a quick reaction after the match. Something I'm thinking about doing, especially after the big matches. We'll do a quick reaction video, and then we're still going to give you our review of the match. I've put some stats up here, the stats of the game from last week and the goal scores from last week. And we're close with the team. It wasn't quite the team. Maybe one or two came in. I'm trying to remember what ones we got wrong, what ones we got right. But anyway, that's minor. The most important thing, we picked up 3 points. And, going forward, hopefully we can continue this momentum with a win up at Anfield. And I think if we beat Liverpool, I think we might be the favourites to win the league. Because that'll be a psychological boost for Arsenal, for us to go to Anfield, the home of the champions, and beat them. So my people, you look after yourselves and take care. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you soon. Adios.